Hello children, welcome to today's CBS class. Children, in the previous class we have learned the lesson. What is the lesson name? Fourth lesson? Yes, the story of drop of water. The story of a drop of water. In the previous class we have learned textbook activity, textbook conversation for rain. Rain asks some matter and I will explain some textbook activity. Okay. So in this class I will learn some concept of this lesson. Okay. First you understanding identify the different sources of water. Different sources of water. And explain from where you get water for your household activities. And understand the necessity and quantity of water needed for day-to-day activity. Discuss the size, shape and material used to prepare the vessels that are used to store water. Understand the safety measures to be followed in storage and proper use of water. So, in this class, you learn the water is necessary for our human being and living being. All living beings need water. Water is very important in our life activity. So, in this class, first you identify the different sources of water. Children, what is the main sources of water? Yes. What is the main sources of water? Rain. Rain is the main source of water. Rain is the main sources of water. In the water, 75% of water covered with the earth. 75% of water covered with water. It means 2 by 3. 2 by 3 covered with water in the earth. Okay, this is the main. So many sources like rivers, seas, lake, pond. So many kinds of sources covered with 75% of earth covered with the water. 2 by 3. It means 2 by 3. So water is very essential, living being. Okay, water is very important. That what are the essential things, children? Which are those? This is one of the basic needs. Which are those? Yes, food, shelter, water, air. These are our basic needs. These are our basic needs. Without water, we can't live in the earth. These are our basic needs. Okay. See, water. In this lesson, water. Main thing is the water. Water is very important. 2 by 3% of water covered with water. Okay. So, main sources of water, rain. Which are those? So many sources of water. Which are those, children? River, lake, pond, and then so many kinds of well. These are the sources of water. So, water is very essential for our life. Okay. So we are going to see different sources of water, and we are getting the water from rain. How we are use that water? How we are saving that water? How we are saving that water? Because water is very important. Yes or no, children? Yes. Even without eating, you can still. But water is very. You can't drink water without leaving the earth. Water is very important. But without water, we can't live. Yes or no, children? Yes. Because you will need thirsty. You will feel thirsty if you need water. If you feel thirsty, if you need water. You don't drink water. Drinking water become a dehydration. ನೀವು ನೀರೇ ಕುಡಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀರಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಮಗೆ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ವೇ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, so water is very essential. Okay, shall we see there the different sources of water in your textbook, page number 29. See here, this is the source of water: well, lake, river, sea. These are the sources of water. Main sources of water. Which are those children? Yes, well, lake, river, well, lake, river, and sea. These are the sea. Pond. These are the sources of water. And hand pump, pond. But what is the best main sources of water? Yes, rain, hand pump, well, pond. But what is the best main source of water? Yes, rain is the main sources of water. See, the sources of water, they are man-made and natural sources. Man-made and natural sources. Some sources of water divided into two types: man-made sources of water and natural sources of water. So, sources of water again bifurcated into two types. One is man-made sources of water and natural sources of water. Man-made sources of water and natural sources of water. Man-made and natural sources of water. Which are those man-made sources of water, children? Yes, man-made sources of water: well, hand pump, very good, hand pump, tap, and then so these are the man-made sources of water. Natural sources of water, which are those, children? Yes, river, lake, rain, river, lake, rain, and then sea, pond. These are the natural sources of water. So sources of water again bifurcate into two types. One is man-made sources of water, natural sources of water. Which are those man-made sources of water, children? Well, hand pump, tap. These are the man-made sources of water. Natural sources of water: river, pond, sea, lake. These are rain. These are the natural sources of water. So river, natural and man-made sources of water. So you have to use in your houses very clean and fresh water. What are the uses of water, children? Yes, what are the uses of water? So next concept: uses of water. Uses of water. Tell me, what about if you have to use water? Yes, very good. Drinking, cooking, washing clothes, watering the plant, very good, watering the plant, and industrial purpose and growing crops. These are the uses of water. Water uses for so many purposes. So drinking, cooking, washing vessels and watering the plants, industrial purpose and growing crops. These are the uses of water. Water is very essential for the human being. Washing clothes, washing utensils, cleaning floor, agricultural field and electricity purpose, produce the electricity and industrial also use it for water. So water is very, very important. Nearly 2 by 3% of water covered with the earth. Nearly 2 by 3% of water covered with earth. Water, which are those? Water, oceans, sea, so many kinds of sources of water covered with the earth. Sea water is very salty. Sea water is salty, so we can't drink that. So we can't drink that sea water. It is very salty. We can use the water agriculture. Sea water we can use only agriculture and so many industrial purpose. Used in a industrial area. We can't use it for ocean and sea water because it will be very salty. So we can't use the salty water. So water falls on the land as the rain and snow. Again it underground water. Again rainwater goes to the earth. Again you get the underground water for the well. This is the main purpose. Rain is the main sources of water. Rain is very, very important. So water is very, very important in our life. So water is needed for plant also. Plant is also need a water. Plant also one of the living things. So water is needed for plants. This is the main thing, children. Water is very, very important. In a house, you have to storage for the houses. Water storage for the houses. Which are the which vessels you can use, children? Yes, bucket. Storage water for in our houses. Storage water for houses. Houses. Yes. You tell me. Yes. Jug, bucket, tumbler, jug, tumbler, and bucket. So we can storage so many vessels in our houses. Storage water in our houses from the so many vessels. Jug, tumbler, glass, and a bucket. These are the and you use the storage water for lip tumbler, lip vessels. It means ಮುಚ್ಚಳ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಾಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಿಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಲ್ಸ್, ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್, this is the storage of water. You can storage water. Can you clean vessels and cap vessels? You can use the water storage for can using cap ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. In this class you learn so many concepts. Once again I will guys children. So which are the sources of water, children? Yes, rain is the main sources of water. Rain is the main sources of water. Which are those so many kinds of sources of water, children? Yes, pond, lake, river, and a sea, ocean. These are the sources of water. On the earth, how many part of water covered with earth? Yes, 2/3. It means 75% of water covered with the earth. and use again bifurcate into two types: sources of water, man-made sources of water, natural sources of water. Man-made sources of water, which are those well, hand pump and tap. These are the man-made sources of Manusha Madivanta sources of water. And then natural sources of water: river, lake, rain, sea, pond. These are the natural sources of water. And then uses of water. Which are the uses of which we can use so many purpose. You can use the water so many purpose. Tell me students, which are those? Drinking, cooking, washing, watering the plant, and then industrial purpose, produce electricity, and agricultural field. You can use the water. And you can storage water from clean and lid vessels. You can storage water clean and lid vessels. You can storage water also for so many vessels. Tell me: jug, tumbler, bucket. So these are the storage. Tank. These are the storage water from these vessels. Okay. And some of the you can use water for very fresh and clean water, and boiled and filtered water. You can drink boiled and filtered water. Otherwise, you can not. Okay. So, in the next class, I will continue, children, many other concepts. Thank you, children.